Hello and welcome to this review of the Bachmann Peppercorn A2 Pacific. This example is 60532, sorry, Blue Peter, limited edition to mark the 20th anniversary of Bachmann, first announced in about July 2008. 2.5 years later, she's finally arrived in a rather nice wooden presentation box. Would rather the extra money had gone towards the restoration of the real thing, but we're left with the box, and a very nice piece of furniture it is too. Let's get the loco out. Brass latches. The limited edition certificate and guarantee and instruction slips are under the foam in the lid. Locomotive is in the main part of the box in a plastic tray set within the foam liner of the box. Bit of silica gel to keep things dry. Tender. Let's get that out. Now the tender is the same moulding as is used on the A1. The coal load is removable. Body, chassis, lights picked out with a bit of white or silver paint. Very nicely done. 4 wheels set in plain axles in the chassis. Nicely moulded water scoop there. The cab end, we've got the brake handles and the pickup scoop, the water scoop handles and valves, very nicely picked out in red. Great detail on the door to the coal chute there, very nice indeed. Nice moulding. Also comes with the brake rigging already fitted. Get that on the track. Loco herself. I mean, it really captures the character of the Peppercorn A2, 6 foot 2 inch wheels. Construction is very similar to the Bachmann A1. In fact, I believe the cab tooling is the same. Plastic boiler and cab screwed to a metal boiler backhead and metal chassis, metal running plate. That assembly is then fixed onto the metal chassis. One screw at the front, 2 screws at the rear. Just looking at the cab, the detail is absolutely fantastic. Copper pipework there, the injector pipework and controls. The gauges, are picked out in white. No printed detail on. That's one down on where Hornby is, but really not very noticeable. Beautifully printed sunflower control on the sunflower indicator on the AWS box in the cab there. The reverser is picked out in red. The only downside is the bucket seats are A, not very buckety, and B, not picked out in Brunswick green, which is a shame, but doesn't really detract. The overall finish on the model is lovely. Very nice rich Brunswick green. The lining on the cab is very well done, as it is on the running plate. Boiler rather lacking black in the boiler vans, which make them appear rather orange, but there you go. Double chimney, multi-valve regulator on this example of Blue Peter. Again, very fine moulding there. Separate fitting along the side of the boiler, complete with support brackets there and there. Exquisite, really nice. Couple of downsides. There's a prominent moulding seam on both sides of the boiler, just above the sandbox fillers, which I believe is to allow variations in boiler type. Notably, I think double chimney and possibly variation in washout plug layout. Anyway, would have been nice to have had a completely separate bottom tooled, or at least the mould seam filed down in the factory. It is visible. It's not prominent, but it is visible. It is there, which is a shame. Other minor gripes, I guess, are the slope to the running plate under the cab. It looks like it's been pulled down too much when being screwed up, which implies the rear truck assembly, or the rear truck casting, finishes a little too low down. Was a problem with the A1s. Would have been nice to have seen it sorted with the A2s. It should be fixable with a bit of jiggling around with the the metal when the body's off. But you know, shouldn't really have to do that. I guess a minor point. The other problem, one of the smoke deflectors on this example hasn't been rolled properly, so is slightly peeling away from the edge of the boiler, at the edge of the smoke box. Just looking at the front of the loco, again, the electric lights are picked out in silver or white. Split handrail, lower light bracket there, Dundee shed, nicely printed on the bottom of the buffer beam, which incidentally sports sprung buffers. Very nice touch. The central cylinder, middle cylinder, is nicely moulded there. I'm just not sure if it is far forward enough. Maybe someone can establish whether the front of the cylinder casing should actually be proud of the front of the running plate. I think it might be. Anyway, it's flush on the model. One other point in that respect is that the front frames, I think, are slightly incorrect. The flat top of the frame should come forward slightly more, which is why I raised the point about the cylinders. Again, minor quibble, just a shame. Would have been nice to have you know, had it spot on perfect, but minor point. Bogie is sprung, as is the rear truck. I believe none of the driving wheels are. Moving on to the chassis, the driving wheels are driven on the middle axle, as per the A1 can motor, high up in the boiler. The valve gear is brilliant, usual Bachmann standard. I think some of the rods are actually cast. Certainly a very three-dimensional look to the connecting rods and to the slide bars, which I believe are more than one piece. As always with Bachmann, I wish Hornby would do this. There are representations of piston valves which actually move backwards and forwards in the top of the cylinders. Really nice touch. Just brilliant attention to detail there. Cast eccentric return crank there. Very nice. It really just adds something to the feel of the or the overall impression of the locomotive. Couple of other things to point out. The dome is a separate fitting, which allows for variations in design. Running plate, cab full plate, again separate fitting. Overall, beautiful model, nicely printed nameplate. Minor quibbles aside, and that also stretches to the black on the top of the tender side. Should really be green. Minor quibbles aside, I would probably rate this 8.5 to 9 out of 10, given that no model is perfect. So well done, Bachmann.